From offshore to onshore, the Swiss asset management industry looks set to undergo some big changes as the Financial Market Supervisory Authority looks to tighten industry regulation. I'm joined now by Herwig Van Hove, Senior Partner and Managing Partner from Notz Stucki. Herwig, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
FINMA's draft regulations have been described as the harshest in Europe as they look to bring Swiss fund managers onshore. Talk us through the proposed changes.
Obviously, the last time the federal law in Switzerland was changed was 2007. And so since then, a lot of things have happened. The financial crisis has hit. And more importantly, AFM has made a European regulation. So the Swiss felt that they needed to, let's say, upgrade to a higher standard to protect investors, to regulate the way alternative investments conducted their business. And indeed, the Swiss have, like always, done things very rigorously. Now, just to be precise, this is a proposed law, and will only enter into law in 2013. The constraints are from a nature of distribution, capital requirements, and human resource requirements. And they are very demanding. So as a fund industry, we obviously hope that this is work in progress and it will develop to something practical. We understand the need for more regulation, the need for more protection, but the reality remains that Switzerland has thrived under a relatively light regime of regulation, and therefore it would be difficult to go from that standard to the harshest standard in Europe. You should know that, for example, last year, 50% of the requests to be regulated by FINMA were refused. So the scrutiny is high, the demands are high, and also you can assume that those who have already made the request to be regulated by FINMA are obviously the proactive and the larger firms. So this will have far-reaching consequences, and we are all looking forward to get a more final draft in the near future.
Between the cost of this new regulation and the potential killing off of offshore investment, is there therefore more pressure on the Swiss fund industry to find new growth opportunities?
The reality is that between indeed the new regulation, the crisis in Europe, especially the crisis in Europe, I would say, the growth opportunities have become quite restricted. And I think that speaks for companies of a certain size. You need critical mass to be able to deal with international expansion. You need experience to deal with international expansion. So for that, you need an ever higher asset management base to be able to support that. Now, having said that, we think Switzerland and Geneva in particular will remain a very important financial platform in the world. The arrival of the best like Brevin Howard and Bluecrest in Geneva, I think, is crucial. And companies like Trafigura and Cargill just bring the top talent over to Geneva. So we think Geneva and Switzerland as a whole have an important role to play. But it is clear that as a firm, as an asset management firm, for growth, you will need to look elsewhere.
We've discussed FINMA and the implications of this on the asset management industry, but what other challenges are independent asset managers faced within 2012, and how does this impact your market outlook?
Right. Well, obviously, the most critical one is the European crisis, which surrounds us everywhere. And in our opinion, that crisis is far from played out. There is, unfortunately, more pain to come. And so again, cloud and experience will be crucial to get us through that storm. Notz Stucki has been around for 50 years. We have had international expansion for a long time. Our two most recent additions are an office in Singapore and Bahrain. So we think that we're well placed to handle this challenge. Another challenge, I think, for the whole industry is that the traditional clients of independent asset managers, being family offices, foundations, small pension funds, have become much more sophisticated over the last couple of years. And therefore, again, to be of added value to those clients, you need platform, you need a global network to source ideas and that you are then able to bring to these clients. So the challenges for the independent asset management industry, we believe in Switzerland, comes down to experience and size.
Herwig, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's all we've got time for right now. However, do stay tuned to Dukascopy TV for more exclusive interviews. For now, though, goodbye.